Hello and welcome back to Munir's Take. In today's globalized and profit-oriented world, a new topic of debate has emerged: the controversial fast fashion industry. Not only is the fast fashion industry one of the dirtiest industries in the world, lack of supply chain transparency has led to unethical manufacturing processes and disconnection between customers and where their garments come from. So today I have invited several people to talk about this with me. The first person I have here with me today is the Patagonia head of operations in Europe and the Middle East. He's had a great impact on reducing the negative effects of the supply chain. Welcome to the studio, Ryan Gellert.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your industry.
The apparel industry it has become one of the most polluting in the world. As an industry, we're creating products that people don't need by stimulating demand and creating this sense that if you don't buy it now, it's not going to be available later. There's this race to the bottom price and quality that is an unsustainable model.
So, what's Patagonia's philosophy? Try to talk a little bit slower so we can understand you better.
Patagonia's philosophy is contrary to fast fashion, in fact. To buy once, buy well, and mend clothing for a longer lifespan. We have the largest single repair facility in North America and mobile mending services in Europe and America, and this mentality really resonates with our customers and creates a change in the industry, inspiring others to think differently about the way clothes should be made and sold.
So, do you think Patagonia has had an impact on the industry?
For sure, yeah. There are countless small eco-friendly brands popping up now, and I'm sure we've had some influence over this movement. I recently came across this brand that isn't necessarily eco-friendly, but it rents clothes to people for a few days, which honestly I think is a pretty good idea. Getting people to do that would be great.
And if you could talk to the head of a big fast fashion company, let's say H&M or Zara, what would you say to them?
If I had the opportunity, to have a meeting with them, I would really try to encourage them to understand the full impact of their supply chains.
Okay, thank you so much for participating in this, John.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay, so next up, we have Shreya Das, a Bangladeshi workers' union activist who has since branched out internationally to address the rights of oppressed workers in the fashion industry, especially women. So, Mr. Das, tell me a little bit about the current situation regarding workers' rights in this industry.
হ্যাঁ কেমন আছো? Sure. So the workers, often women, get paid very low wages, especially in Bangladesh, where they get paid around 95 cents an hour and work for 15 hours a day. Workers in Cambodia, although they get paid around 250 an hour, they still face financial strain and have very limited access to good food and medical care. Obviously, their work environments are often with toxic chemicals in the air and unmaintained buildings.
Okay, yeah. So I remember the Rana Plaza incident very well. Yeah, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, that's a great example. Bangladesh is especially bad with the high demand for cheap workers. There are 3.5 million garment factory workers in 4,825 factories which get exported to the global market, principally Europe and North America, and contribute to 80% of the country's total export revenue. The factory owners try to cut corners and maximize profit. In this case, Mr. Rana added another floor on top to be able to have more workers. The building was unstable and he knew it. However, the government did not stop him before it was too late. This line of work barely improves the lives of the workers.
So that's really interesting. What do you think should be done about this situation?
Well, I think we should transform the entire industry. We shouldn't have the entire garment manufacturing, excuse me,
No problem.
focused on a few countries but be spread around the world. This will be hard, but it's necessary for the workers and the whole industry. We should start by giving more power to organizations like the National Garment Workers Federation, short form NGWF, that has been fighting for the rights of garment workers in Bangladesh since 1984. The NGWF is working hard to strengthen the trade union movement across Bangladesh by setting up factory level unions and challenging labor right abuses within factories.
Okay, thank you so much for participating in this podcast.
কোনো অসুবিধা ছিল না.
Oh, is that no problem in Bangladeshi or Bengali?
Yes, in Bengali.
Okay, very cool. So, Next up, we have the world-renowned microplastic researcher, Professor Richard Thompson, who actually named the term microplastic and has found groundbreaking information in the industry. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Right. So, can you tell us a little bit about microplastics and its relationship with clothing?
Microplastics, a very controversial term. And so, microplastics are synthetic materials, very common today. They're made of things such as polyester, nylon, and acrylics. They're plastic fibers that degrade and break up in washing machine cycles. A single load of clothes could release up to 700,000 microplastic fibers. They're just accumulating year on year. Between the year 2000 and 2016, brands have increased the use of synthetic materials from 8.3 to 21.3 million tons. That's a 13 million ton increase.
Wow. Whoa. So, tell me, Doctor, what should be done about this?
There are many different approaches to the problem, all which have been proposed. But in my opinion, what is the most straightforward is to buy less clothes. It's as easy as that.
Right, that makes sense.
Everyone can do that. Other than that, organic cotton is a good alternative. But it is crucial to stop the commodity model from taking, making, and disposing to create something better for the people and the environment. The global garment industry must take their actions more seriously. Some brands have started to use natural fibers, create products from plastics, and even create fibers that don't release microplastics, all which are great alternatives. If you really want to contribute to this movement, then buying from brands like these would be ideal and simple.
Okay, thank you so much.
Of course, my pleasure.
Okay, well, it's about time to finish today's edition. I'd like to thank my audience for tuning in, and I'd like to remind you that you should tune in same day next week. Thank you and have a good day.